What's up, everybody? It's Big Rob back again from LA Cigar Collective. Ever since I started smoking cigars back in 2004, I've always come across having questions about different cigars, different brands, different tobaccos, and back then you really didn't have anywhere to turn to besides Cigar Aficionado, and we all know how good that is. So today, Kyle and I are going to sit down and we're going to answer questions that we've been getting ever since the lounge opened, ever since we started Discord and YouTube, and we're going to sit down and we're just going to give you our personal opinions on different cigar related questions. So let's go sit down with Kyle and see what trouble we can get into.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Big Rob back again, LA Cigar Collective, and Kyle. So today we're going to sit back, we're going to answer some questions that we've gotten from you, and we're going to try to figure out what this cigar is.
Yeah, try to figure out what the hell is this.
Clearly the first time we did this didn't go well, so we're going to see if we can crash and burn miserably like we did the first time. So who picked this cigar out for us?
Jennifer.
The lovely Jenny. So, any first thoughts?
Yeah, I'm again just completely mystified as to what this is. Kind of looks like MSA, maybe.
I'm getting some sweetness off the cold
Yeah,
draw.
for sure.
Some plum or stone fruit.
I don't know what stone fruit tastes like.
I know, I didn't know what stone fruit was either. Charlie told me that. Charlie from Abina Craft Sippin' Soda. And I thought he was nuts, but I guess that's a Yankee thing. So I had to do research and find out what stone fruit is.
Yeah, I've never seen a stone fruit a day in my life.
All right, so let's get lit up and start asking questions. So the first question comes from our dear friend William Albright up in Alabama. He asks, Kyle, can we get a fundraiser going to get Big Rob a larger espresso cup? While you answer that, I'm going to drink out of my espresso cup.
Just fill that up with espresso, man.
Bro,
You don't want Big Rob drinking that much espresso, though.
I'll be running laps around the building.
What was that one day you...
When I threw away all of your condiments?
Yeah, the one day where you said you like cleaned... you said you cleaned like under something.
I cleaned under the humidor.
Yeah. It's like,
there's no basements here. I was on one and I cleaned everything.
So when Big Rob started here, he didn't drink coffee. That obviously has changed, which I'm very proud of. But his first few encounters with coffee resulted in
Took a ride on the lightning.
like somebody like a meth addict at a trailer park just
at the London Lodge.
And he was heavier then too, so imagine that.
I was only about 200 pounds heavier than I am now. It's quick and nimble. But yeah, I was running laps in here. I cleaned stuff that didn't need to be cleaned. I was cleaning underneath the counter, like actually under the counter where nothing's ever going to happen. But yeah, you don't want me hopped up on too much caffeine because things happen. All right, first thoughts of the cigar.
Starting off pretty good.
Mm-hmm. That stone fruit is now gone. Doesn't have that sweetness.
It's almost got like a barrel aged kind of taste to it.
Yeah, mine has like a little bit of like breadiness on the end of it. All right, so these questions are going to be from people from YouTube, people from our Discord channel. If you're not on our Discord channel, get on there, and some of our members from the lounge. So if you're one of these people, I'm giving you a shout out too. So, all right, Jimmy, our good friend Jimmy from California, who was here for PCA. He asks, do cigar lounges get a sample of a cigar before we order it? For example, the Crown Heads Be Positive. Did we order it not really knowing what the cigar was or what's it going to be like, or did they send us a sample prior?
So, couple questions there, but if it's a general, like, regular production product, they typically will offer you samples, prior to getting it. Now, there are exceptions to that. Now, like Crown Heads, for example, your suggestion to be positive, we did not get a sample. Typically, limiteds you don't get samples of. They just know you're going to order it, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I mean, for blood medicine, that's typically a cigar that does well year after year. So it's a no-brainer for us to order it. So I don't really need a sample. And as a matter of fact, we had the blood medicine in the humidor probably a week and a half before I even tried it.
Yeah.
Just because we had so much new stuff coming in.
And we still do.
Yeah, well, yeah, we
Can't stop, won't stop.
We spread ourselves kind of thin. I can only smoke so many cigars in a day. It's a hard job, I know, but I'm trying to get sympathy from.
Yeah.
So, it's so hard. But yeah, like, certain companies do things different ways. Some companies' reps come in like monthly, some quarterly, some don't send reps at all. Avowed, Dave West and them, they'll send you regular production and limiteds before they even release them, so you can consider whether you want them or not. Of course, we're going to get them because they're avowed, but typically samples that we get are stuff that we've already had a lot of times. It's just kind of the rep stopping by, showing his face. It's a relationship business, so they like to have that face-to-face contact.
But it's not always that you do get a sample, because like PCA, there's sometimes that they don't even have the cigar available whenever you initially go to order it. Like the Quesada 10th anniversary, that wasn't even available for you to try out then, so it just depends.
I really like this.
Yeah, I like it too.
Whatever this is, I really like it. I swear to God, if this is a Perdomo, Jenny, I'm gonna be pissed if this is a Perdomo.
That's, you know what I was about to say? I was gonna be pissed if it was a Gran Habano or some shit.
Well, I mean, we don't have a Gran Habano in this size.
No, not this size. Because we were so overconfident that we're gonna know what it is, but we have like 1,000 cigars. All right. So next up, from Sean Sullivan, a LA Cigar Collective.
I already
member.
know this question is going to be amazing.
Yeah, because that man is amazing. All right. Does the wrapper, like Maduro, Oscuro, or Connecticut Broadleaf, really make a cigar stronger in strength?
Sure. Yeah, first of all, sir, amazing question, sir.
We're honored and humbled that you would even
yes.
ask us this question.
This guy that asked this question,
It's a man among men.
he has the uncanny ability of going into the humidor and just always organically stumbling upon gems of cigars. We have a lot of customers that just like smoke like the same stuff all the time. This guy comes in and will just pull out the heat.
And he goes in blind too. He's not he's not doing research.
Yeah. He just has the great ability to find the good stuff in there. But sure, to answer your question, yeah, like, of course it can. Now that depends on a lot of factors, like ring gauge, especially. I think the wrapper. I always heard that, and you hear this like saying the percentage varies, right? But you hear like the wrapper is 60% of the flavor, or 80% of the flavor. You'll hear like 90% sometimes. It depends on who's telling you, and I think the wrapper does have a big influence on flavor, and it can also have influence on strength. the biggest thing that's going to influence strength as far as nicotine content is the ligero and the filler.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, the filler.
It's always going to be how many lees or partial lees of ligero are in the filler.
Because ligero's where the heat is.
Yeah,
that's where that punch.
That's where the dark, lees full of nicotine are. I've been exposed to a lot of sunlight. That's, and they're smaller. It's more compacted in there, so that's where strength's going to be. But sure, I mean, like if you have a shade wrapper versus a sun-grown, broadleaf, I'm sure the broadleaf is going to be a touch stronger,
But depending on how much you got in that filler will also determine, your strength and how much, actually punches you.
Exactly.
So, all right, next up, from our good friend George, who is also an LA Cigar Collective member. Kind of piggybacks off that, but it is different. It says, how do you distinguish the influence of the wrapper versus filler and binder on the overall flavor profile of a cigar? And can you give an example of a cigar where the wrapper completely changes the smoking experience?
Okay, sure. Yeah, so a good example of that, the wrapper definitely. So this is the thing is, sense of smell is such a big part of flavor and like perception of flavor in your palate. There's also percentages on that. I forget what it is, but like your olfactory senses in your nose.
Yeah, Charlie told me that. He said that your mouth is only getting like bitter, sweet, umami. It's like 5. And then everything else is actually your sinus cavity that's actually picking up all your flavor notes and all your,
So you have to think like the wrapper is what's closest, to your nose and that aroma on the second hand, smoke on the burn. So what was the rest of the question? Give me an example where the wrapper completely changes. So that good examples of that would be like the 7th on Tatuaje. They have it in Tuxtla, which is Mexican San Andres. They have
it changes the experience entirely.
7th Corojo, 7th Habano, 7th Sumatra. That is the same core blend as far as the binder and filler, I believe, but it's just wrapper swaps. Now, Perdomo, same thing. Like they have the 10th anniversary Connecticut Sun-Grown Maduro, right? So you could go through that and see the difference. Now, sometimes companies, and maybe I'm not sure in Perdomo's case, but they might tweak that filler blend to suit the wrapper better. But I'm pretty certain that Tatuaje, like on the 7th, is just wrapper swaps.
Yeah.
So that would be a good way, and it absolutely changes.
Talking about the wrapper, have you smoked one of the Tabernacle Lanceros yet?
I haven't, no.
Bruh, you need to smoke that. Just because I love all of the Tabernacle stuff from Foundation, but we got into Lancero, and I keep saying it in all the videos, it's like it's almost like concentrates the flavor of it, and it's just so good. And I had talked to you before. I had did something where there was one cigar where they send you a box and it has 10 like puritos of like, one was just the binder, one was just each filler.
Right. That was the anatomy of
the bag.
Yeah.
And then they had the Murcielago at the end, but then they also had it with the Habano wrapper, then a Connecticut wrapper, and they had the finished cigar but with no wrapper on it. And the amount of flavor that comes off of just that wrapper is insane.
Yeah.
So it's cool to do that experience. I think Rojas does that too, but theirs you get like 3 of each instead of just 1 of each.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I sat down with Charlie and did that one time, like worked through the box over like a period of a week, and the wrapper just has so much more, like it brings so much more to it, and it can change it so much more.
So you have to think too, when it comes to grading, like tobacco leaf grading, the process of that, wrapper is like the cream of the crop, right? So like visually, oil content, size, like that's what the factors that makes it a wrapper grade leaf. Now leaves that have maybe less oil content, less size, maybe aren't visually appealing, those usually get pushed to binder status.
Yeah.
So you'll get, so pretty much like when you're talking about your wrapper leaf, that leaf is like grade A, right? And then filler leaf will be typically a lesser grade. Some companies or some blenders use like higher grade leaf in their filler. So maybe the wrapper to binder and filler ratios will get skewed a little bit because they're using high grade leaf in their filler. But yeah, so it's gonna be the leaf that gives you the most aroma, the most flavor because of those things.
We have a question that just came in from
The live.
From
It's a live question.
Live question
on a printed on a piece of paper.
This is from Big Rob at LACC. Whenever you went to any of the like factories that you went to, did they ever do it to where like they had you smoke like just the binder or just the filler, just a wrapper? Because like I know like whenever you were doing like the samples and stuff, it's like almost like the finished product. Or were they ever like just try this part of it and they rolled it up? Because that's the thing that like that was a really cool experience.
Yeah, and when I was talking about,
thank you for that live question, by the way, Big Rob.
When I was talking about like the sense of smell, when I went to Kellner Boutique Factory with 100 Kellner, he was showing me, I think it was Cotuit. It's a leaf I believe that only the Kellners are able to get. But he had one that was aged for like 12 years, and he just took a leaf out of the bale, rolled it up, and lit it, and just was doing this, like he was like, that's how he was taking in the flavor of the leaf, was just smelling it that way, you know.
Cotuit, which is one of the leaves that's in Higher Calling from Above.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep. Which is made at Klaus who
Kellner.
has the same last name, so he has the same access to those tobaccos, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's like I remember whenever, like I said, when Higher Calling came in, you were even like, I don't think you're going to like this. It's too light. So I don't know what that Cotuit does to it, but I love that cigar. I got Mark to sit down and smoke that last night because, you know, Mark also likes a heavier cigar. And Con and I, he keeps saying, I see you like it. I saw Con likes it. And he sat down and smoked, and he's like, I actually love this cigar too. He's like, I would have never picked this up just because of how light the wrapper is.
Smoked one the other day.
Yeah. All right. Our next question is from my good friend Greg, who made these beautiful tumblers.
Oh, okay, nice.
So,
Thanks,
is there
Greg.
a difference between how hand and machine rolled cigars smoke? So some factories, if you didn't know, do use machines to roll their cigars, like J.C. Newman.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, does hand rolled versus machine rolled, do they smoke differently?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
Short answer.
yes. So machine rolled cigars like at El Relo in Tampa. They're rolling cigars like Trader Jack's. They're rolling like short filler bundle sticks, you know. So it's not really anything you typically see in a premium cigar shop. I mean, obviously it depends on the shop you go to, but I don't think we have any machine rolled cigars in our humidor.
No, I don't think so either.
Even Quorum bundle cigars are made by hand. They're
That's
long
also J.C.
filler.
Newman, right?
That is also J.C. Newman, but out of Nicaragua. I want to say we have some short or mixed filler cigars, like the Cazadores by Arturo Fuente.
4 Kicks. That's short filler, isn't it? No? Oh, my bad.
No. Tatuaje Siri P, Miami and Sumatra are both mixed filler. So short filler cigars or mixed filler cigars, the only A lot of times, though, to be honest, they can be very, very flavorful. Like the Cazadores from Arturo Fuente, that's taking all of the leftover leaf from Don Carlos, Opus. These high-grade blends, they're shredding it up and putting it into a mixed filler cigar, Cuban sandwich style, and a lot of times those are really, really tasty. The only knock on short filler is the
burn.
That it could be the burn. I mean, but also they don't hold ash. Because in a long filler cigar, you got a series of leaves going this way on the cigar, so it has something to hold on to. It's holding on to that leaf, whereas short filler is just burning and falling off.
Are you referring to the crystallization?
Oh god! Don't start, bro. Don't start.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
But yeah, it's just that short filler doesn't have anything to really grab onto because it's just on to the next piece of shortly shredded or chopped tobacco. So that's the biggest difference.
Second part of his question is, are there any cigars made in America with all-American tobacco? I know the answer to that.
Yeah.
The J.C. Newman American.
Yeah. And it has American packaging. The boxes are made in America. Everything about that cigar is American, yeah.
It's Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and there's another one. There's 3 of them in there. But yeah, it's all made in America. Is there any other cigars that you know of that's American puros?
I'm sure there are. I just don't know them off the top of my head. But, an all-American cigar is going to be a little bit more expensive.
No.
All
right, you ready to get hit with some...
Real quick, the American, by the way, freaking burns for, ever.
Yeah.
Like the Robusto.
I was about to say, I smoked the Robusto, and it lasted an hour, which I usually smoke real quick.
Yeah, it lasted me an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's insane because it's just a shorter cigar, shorter than the one we're smoking now, and it just lasted forever.
That's almost like the Liga F from Quesada, from Casa Magna.
Yeah.
I smoked the Robusto in that, and that sumbitch lasted for a good hour and 15 minutes.
And all of the My Father 20th anniversaries, whether it's the JJ or that Blue Label one that came out last year, those suckers smoke forever too. They're just packed so tight, but the draw's still good. They just somehow pack them so tightly, but the draw is still great. They just burn forever.
So I hope you're ready for a hard-hitting question.
Okay.
This one comes from Turtle from California. Turtle, you already know. So Turtle asks, who is your favorite cigar blender and why? And who would you like to see them do a collaboration with?
That's
a loaded question.
That's an impossible question. It's kind of like whenever you get asked, "What's your favorite cigar?" I think that there's a cigar for every moment. There's a cigar for every occasion. It's more of a timing and headspace thing and what I want in a given moment, right? The same can be for blenders. For me though, I would say, I think Don Pepin is a generational talent as far as being a blender, innovation. He's done things that no one else did when he did them, but he would be up there for me. Don Pepin's absolute legend. Whoever's behind Padron.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's also I heard, I think Creekside guys did an interview with Dave West, and he was talking about how we're in the golden era or golden age of cigars right now, and 100% agree. I think there's a lot of people coming up in the game that are just doing super innovative things. like Klaus, Kellner, Hostos at least is doing.
I was
a
gonna
good
say,
job. Yeah.
I was gonna say both of them. That's who I'd like to see do a collaboration.
Yeah, I really
'Cause they're
like
both young and hungry.
I like the collabs that. Now, granted, like the La Union, the first La Union with like Pete Johnson and Don Pepin didn't go that well. Mostly, I think due to price point, but I like when blenders or companies do cigars for each other. Like that's
Yeah.
like kind of like the Fuente Padron collaboration where like Fuente made one for Padron and Padron did one for Fuente. But I like it also when they do it like say if Padron did a cigar for Fuente, but they were tasked to make a cigar in a Fuente fashion or something like
Yeah.
that. Like that's what I get like inspired by is like getting like creative juices flowing, for both people in the collaboration, like a challenge. I
Yeah.
like challenges.
That's almost like that boy band sampler we just got.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
idea behind that, it's from Principal Cigars, is they sent music to 5 different blenders, master blenders, and they were like, listen to this song and see what it inspires you to roll and blend together. And
Yep.
they've got 5 different cigars in this sampler. And it even has the QR code on the back so you can listen to the song
Yeah.
while you're smoking.
Yeah, it's a great
So
song.
just stuff like that, I was like, I need to buy that just because that's a cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned about that from the Creekside guys, from Dave. What up, Dave?
So
What up, everybody?
So yeah, I mean, I think the only restriction they were given on that was it has to be a Toro. So that's really cool, And then like they managed to do it at like a good price point too. So I think it's like comes out to like $12 a cigar or something like that. So yeah, I like stuff like that, where it's like a challenge or
Yeah, and it's unique. Like there's a good story
collaboration,
behind
yeah.
it. All right, so almost piggybacking off of that, George asks, in your opinion, which master blender today is doing the most innovative work and what makes their blend stand out? I'd say Hostos. He did this cigar called the Grigri, which is just phenomenal.
Yeah, that's tough.
The
I mean,
stuff that like he's done with Warped and all the things that he has, is just, it's never like the same. Like there's certain blenders where like you could smoke the cigar and be like, yeah, this is this person, just because like it gets kind of monotonous after a while.
sure.
But like all of his stuff is just all over the place.
Yeah, that's a really, really hard question.
Yeah, it is hard.
I mean, again, like I think this year, I think my father's done a really good job. I think Don Pepin with the blue, like I think that
The blue surprised me.
they're making their first cigar out of Honduras. Want to say that's a shade grown broadleaf on there. What's
I thought it was a Rosado.
or it's a Rosado.
Yeah.
I mean, people are starting to tinker with tobaccos now, and I think it's been like innovation really across the industry. But
Because
yeah,
there's so many different types of tobacco that they could blend. I had heard somewhere where it's like they can make like 4 million different things just off of the tobacco we currently have. Just different types of blends and styles and everything. There's just so many different things. So to see different companies like trying out something, not like going like the safe route and be like, oh, I'm just going to pump out the same stuff.
right.
Because they've never done a Honduran cigar like Honduran tobacco. And I didn't think I'd like it because I'm not a big Honduran tobacco fan, and that proved me wrong because I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really hard question.
And clearly everyone who comes here and online loves it too.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's see what is next. From Vinny in Orlando, he asks, "Does the size or vitola of a cigar change the flavor or overall strength? Would you get a different smoking experience from the same blend if it's just say in a petite Corona compared to like a Toro, a Gordo, or a Lancero?" I know your answer to that question.
Let's see.
Like whenever a cigar comes in and we have it in different vitolas, I always start with the largest just because that's my go-to.
Right.
But a lot of times I know you'll say, oh, try it in the Robusto or try it in this. And like Lanceros, like we were saying, like you get a lot more off of the wrapper from it sometimes.
Yeah.
It just depends on the cigar, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that, you know, you have to understand like a Lancero might have a wrapper leaf, a binder leaf, sometimes double binder, but not often in New World cigars. And then in a Lancero, you might have 4 or 5 filler leaves, right? In a Robusto, you might have 6 or 7 filler leaves. In a Gordo, you might have 12 to 13 filler leaves. So the bigger you step up in ring gauge, the more the filler tobacco is going to take over the blend, right? So, and that's why I've always kind of leaned toward the skinnier side. Is like I feel like,
I'm offended by that.
Like what you hold on, bro. You just talked about the Tabernacle Lancero. Like whenever you concentrate the blend, obviously the filler tobacco ratios are going to be tweaked to where you keep the same profile in the blend, but that wrapper and binder, which is the higher grade leaves, is going to shine more. So, you know, Lanceros obviously are going to give you more flavor. You might have to relight them, which is a little annoying, but other than that, they produce great flavor. But yeah, for sure, like Caratoba, like I think is like way better in Robusto than.
And I'm the opposite.
Yeah, so it's just
because I've smoked both. I always work through the entire like.
Yeah.
I'll smoke all the sizes just to see like what's the difference in it, because you'll have people come and be like, oh, I like a larger cigar, and I'll be like, this cigar in particular is better in the smaller size.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so like also, it's not always, and I'm not always like, I like skinnier, like for example, Atabis, you know, the Atabi blend, I like those in bigger rings. I think that the blend shines more, and believe it or not, my favorite Atabi is like that.
Mythicos?
No, it's the one, Bendito. No, it's like a 6.5 or a 7 by 58. Like that's
surprising.
Favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite Atabi.
I thought you'd be more of like the Spiritus kind of guy.
No, that's my least favorite.
That's your least favorite?
Yeah, I'm not a big Spiritus fan, but I like them. My biggest complaint with Atabi is I always wish they were longer.
Yeah.
Or like they were bigger, and if I'm paying that much, I would like a long cigar. So I always get that, and I forget. They have like 12 different vitolas, so it's hard to remember. But it's that big one. It's all the way on the left in the humidor. But yeah, I think like it just depends on the blend.
And then like if anyone ever wanted to try out like all 12 of those vitolas, they can get them here with their AutoSamp online.
Yeah.
You can get, anytime you get 10 or more, you can get the AutoSamp, so you could try out all of them. Atabi's too light for me.
Get your pocketbook ready.
Yeah, get for that. Yeah.
Take the second mortgage.
Yeah, take the second mortgage. Put a lien on your car.
Yeah.
Give up one of the kids for a while. All right. So what do you think of this cigar? Any idea what it is?
No.
Me neither.
I'm enjoying it. I don't. It's really good.
I did tell Jenny. I said, don't get anything that's going to hurt Kyle this morning like last time.
Yeah.
Nothing that's too heavy. And then I also changed up and told her to get you a double digger just to mess with it, and she told me no. So she's in charge. This next one's coming from far, far away. This is from Peter from Kenner. Because this is my brother Peter.
Oh, okay.
So, my brother asks, does the price or rarity of a cigar make the smoking experience better? Or would you say it's more situational, like special occasions of smoking a particular cigar, or the person that you're smoking with, or people that you have around you while you're smoking?
Dude,
because
that's
he
a
was
question.
yeah, because he was asking about. I was telling him about Opus because my brother Peter has a humidor at his house that we gifted him, and then it's got all my cigars in it because that's my satellite division of cigars. So it's always he and I smoking, or whenever people come in town, we'll smoke there.
Sure.
And he always asks, like, does the price of the cigar actually matter? Because I showed him, told him about Opus, and he was like, it's kind of outrageous to pay that amount. Does it actually make it that much better? And I said, it depends. Because sometimes there's cigars that I love that, like, are not, they're real cheap cigars, but it's of who I was smoking with or what was happening at the time that, like, ingrains in my head. So it, like, brings back those memories while I'm smoking it.
Yeah, that's... If anything, Peter, high price and rarity sets me personally up for disaster.
Yeah.
Because expectations get way too high. Whenever I'm smoking a cigar that's expensive or very rare, the bar is up here, and I'm already at a bad point because I'm saying this better deliver, or else I'm, So, I think that certain cigars are worth it. But whenever you start off at that super high premium price point, it better deliver. I also think that the second part of that question, like, I remember early on in my cigar journey, you're going to laugh. So I think it was, I was at the beach house in Pensacola my wife's family has, and it was just me and my wife. I was sitting on the balcony. It was nighttime, just got there. The breeze was nice. Hearing the waves crash in the background, but I can't see them, and I'm smoking a Leva Serie O.
All right.
And I remember texting my buddy Anthony saying, dude, I found the cigar. I found my desert island cigar, man. This is it. I think a lot of it's just like really situational. Like, you smoke a cigar at a certain time, at a certain maybe like benchmark in your life, or you're just like surrounded by good company. Sometimes that's like alone in the backyard. Sometimes I remember I smoked a certain Cuban. It was after one of the hurricanes here. I think it was Florida Caño Magicos. It was like a regional. I remember after the hurricane, the power was out. I was sitting on the back porch with a candle lit, can't see anything, and it was amazing. That cigar was so amazing. It was just super quiet, like almost eerily quiet. And yeah, a lot of it's just situational too. Like, it's interesting how that is, though.
I will not forget that. I don't know if you remember the Great Flood last year. I was out on my front porch. Jenny and I were watching where, like, it randomly, like, water just got up 3 feet. Mm-hmm. And I'll always remember this because of you. I was at my house smoking on the front porch because the water was just rising so quick. And a lot of the houses here are raised. And we literally got like 3 feet of water within like an hour and a half. And all the pumps and stuff weren't working. And I was smoking a Bull and Bear, and I was just like, it was like a nice cool breeze outside. Jenny and I were just watching the water rise. And I was like, man, this is it. This is what I need. And I immediately get a text message from you, and you're like, water's about to come in my damn house. And I was like, damn. Yeah. And then you sent me a picture. You're like building a wall by the front door.
Yeah.
I was like, you better hope no one drives down your street right now.
It's funny. It
I'm
shows
enjoying
how situational it is.
I'm enjoying life, enjoying watching stuff, and you're in full panic mode,
full calamity mode. Yeah, I think that like good company just can make us elevate a cigar so much more. Especially like, I think that sometimes like rare or like hard to find cigars, if they hit and you're within like good company, and you're smoking the same cigar, it can be like a memorable experience that can, like, it's not just like a cigar on one of those days where you forget about it. It's like, oh, remember we smoked that cigar, you know?
Yeah. So here's two quick ones.
Yeah.
What is your personal favorite higher price cigar that you enjoy, that you think is worth the money? And then what is a situational cigar that's cheaper that you like? Because for me, my higher price one that I always smoke on like anniversaries and stuff like that would be like the Opus 20th.
Right.
Another one you thought I wouldn't like. And I love that one. I did that one for our 5th anniversary. And then a situational one for me would be like 15 Minutes of Fame because I smoke that every birthday. And it's a cheaper cigar. It's
Right.
also a Lancero, which is something I, have been smoking more of. But I've been smoking this for years now, every year on my birthday, to the point to where people will come here on my birthday and we'll have 10 people in here smoking it just because they know that's my birthday cigar.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I think just about anything on the top shelf of the Padron cabinet is going to be a special cigar. I mean, I do like, it's not something that we always have, but that 30-year LFD is amazing, and I think that's worth every dollar of the price.
And that one's not outrageous either.
No, it's not. I mean, but it's still more expensive. I do enjoy some Davidoffs. That's not something we have here, but I do enjoy them from time to time. And then as far as like, I don't really know that I have like
The Oliva O still hits you whenever you're at the
well,
beach.
that's just one that I can remember, but I don't really have. I'm always smoking different things, so I really don't always. I don't have like a go-to for like birthdays or anything like that.
I have like 5 that are for particular things.
You're a very sentimental guy.
Yeah, I am.
You
I am a
know,
moments
so-
kind of guy. You are not.
Yeah, you're like, it'll be my birthday, and I'm just like, but you do. It's just different strokes, different people, but I do like to smoke something nicer for like celebrations, right? But then again, like for a sicko like me, a celebration can be like a Tuesday night, or I can pretty much manipulate or justify a nice cigar for any time, so yeah.
You could be like, oh, it's Tuesday. Let's smoke a Padron Black.
We had a good day at the shop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke
Yeah, let's
this.
smoke a Padron Black 99.
Yeah.
All right, so this one was actually directed to you. So,
Uh-oh.
do drink pairings matter with different cigars? Whiskey has become a known pairing for cigars, but being a sober cigar smoker and after watching the Padre Alligato video and learning of Kyle's sobriety, what are some non-alcoholic pairing options with cigars that can help elevate my smoking experience without your usuals like Coke and root beer?
3 words. Cotton candy
No,
bang.
that's a negative. Don't ever do that.
Yeah, so obviously, like, to me, I know I'm biased because I got sober before I started smoking cigars, so I never really got to experience like the bourbon or single malt or any kind of liquor pairing. But to me, like, coffee is the ultimate pairing beverage. So, and you can get into a black hole of cigars and go down the wormhole. The same can be said for coffee. Country of origin, terroir, all those things matter with coffee as well. So that in itself can be an absolute wormhole of investigation.
I know of one that we carry. That's a good option.
What's that? Frothy Monkey?
No, I'm saying
Oh.
pairing wise.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Abina craft sipping soda.
Yeah, Abina sipping soda is a non-alcoholic beverage designed to pair with cigars, so that's a good option. And honestly, those sodas really do. I've touched on it in other videos, and you did a whole video with Abina.
Charlie.
But those really do bring out.
And they're not boring because after a while, doing so many root beers or Coke or whatnot.
Yeah.
Because I can't drink anything carbonated because of the surgery I had. And like Kyle said, that I never drank coffee before this. My wife and Kyle both kept pushing me to try it. And now I'll have espresso in the morning if I'm opening up the lounge with a certain cigar, and it does elevate the experience. But no, I need to smoke. Jenny actually wanted to smoke the Frothy Monkey today, since she's a big coffee person.
Yeah, I
and I want
smoked
to
it the
try
other
it.
day.
How was it?
It was great.
Did you pair it with espresso?
I did. It was
So.
delicious. Also, some other ones.
Because you do. I've never drank them because I don't like the what's the drink from Dave West that you took?
San Pellegrino.
Yeah.
It's just sparkling water.
Yeah, like a lot of people love.
Dave's bougie though, so
Yeah.
he gets the Italian imported sparkling water because domestic sparkling water just will not do for Dave West. But I will say
Classy man.
Dr. Pepper, 22 flavors. It's not a bad pairing drink. Orange juice.
You know what used to be my go-to for anything with Mexican San Andreas. Anytime when I could drink carbonated drinks was the Barks Red Cream Soda.
Yeah.
That was my shit.
The what is it? It is the cream Dr. Pepper cream soda. It's like a mix. That is a great beverage with a cigar as well.
And I was never like a cream soda guy.
Yeah.
But like with certain cigars, there would be certain things like. Also, I would do the Barks root beer, but I would do it in the glass bottle because it tastes totally different, or like the Mexican Coke. So yeah, going back to not saying Coke or root beer, but
yeah.
those are different because that has real sugar in it, and there was always something different that would change. Or you could just be a maniac like you and our friend Sean McCloskey, who you're drinking Bangs, he's drinking Monsters with all of his stuff.
Hey man.
But do what you do, Playboy.
Sometimes it's function over form.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what else we got. All right. John asks, often during smoking and afterwards, I feel very relaxed. Is this because I'm relaxing during smoking my cigars, or does the smoking the cigar affect you like a drug? What cigar or cigars give you this feeling afterwards? There's some cigars that are strong, and there are some cigars that will just like make you relax because of the moment, in my opinion. I'll tell you this, you gave me a cigar recently, which is one of my favorite cigars, but you gave it to me in a Presidente size. And I smoked that and felt like I got kicked in the face by a horse, which was wonderful. I loved every moment of it.
Right.
To the point to where I was just like laid back in my lazy boy, and I was just like, oh, this is it. I'm here.
Yeah. I think that's definitely, I think that you feel very relaxed because you are relaxing and because of the cigar. I think it could be both of those things. They definitely can make you feel more relaxed. Sometimes, I don't know though, sometimes if you're watching a football game in a social setting here at the shop or something and the vibe is a little more like rowdy, so they can actually have like the opposite effect sometimes where like you
Hypes you up.
you get hyped up a little bit. I think a lot of it's like situational in the vibe of your company or if you're alone. But then again, like there are cigars where I find myself, I'll start out like this.
And you just start leaning there. Yeah,
you start slowly sinking into that chair. Next thing you know, my feet are on the coffee table. And by the next thing you know, my back almost hurts because I'm sitting like this. And, I think it could be a combination of those things that makes you feel relaxed. But it's a beautiful thing to me, It's one of the reasons we do it is to disconnect, relax, sometimes to connect and socialize. Just depends on the vibe.
All right. So you can't be too relaxed whenever your team's 0-4, though. I can tell you that. Shout out Spencer Rattler.
Poor bastard.
All right. Is there a particular brand or blender that stands out to you that LACC would like to work with in a future project, whether it be a house blend or a shop exclusive?
That is a trick question, and I will not answer it.
That is a sticky situation to get into.
I will say that
Padron, we'd love to do a house.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'd love to do one with LFDs.
Yeah, I think there's been some brands that
Y'all just sit back and wait for the Opus X LACC edition.
yeah, right. I think that certain brands I've been wanting to do an exclusive with since before I even opened a shop, or it's just always been like a pipe dream. I will say like Stolen Throne is one that I've always wanted to do an exclusive with.
Are you talking about that sweet, sweet baby boy,
That's right.
Lee Marsh?
Yeah, the edgy blue collar poet of a man, Lee Marsh. Yeah, I would, and obviously there's stuff that would never happen that I would love to do collabs with. As far as factories, house cigars or house blends, I'm not going to answer that question. Y'all are just going to have to see. But there are things in the works, to
You got to look at the camera and say it's confidential.
Yeah, it's just better to not show your hand all the time. And I think that this is one of those moments. Poker hand, Rob. So yeah, I will plead the fifth on the second part of that question, but obviously there's guys that we have like strong relationships with as far as brands, and those guys have a lot of projects going on their own.
Carlito, if you're watching this, whenever you're ready to do that Opus house exclusive,
Yeah, the LACC Opus. That's coming soon. Stay tuned.
or the Padron 60th LACC exclusive.
Correct. Yeah.
It's going to be called the Kyle's Dream. All right, what are you thinking of the cigar? Still no clue, because I have no clue.
I think it's barrel aged, whatever it is. That's about the only thing I can come up with right now.
I don't think it's Perdomo. I keep saying I enjoy it, but I'm kind of concerned that it's going to be something that I usually don't like. Because Jenny likes to bamboozle us
Yeah.
as she snickers off camera.
I thought when I was looking at the wrapper before we lit it, I thought it might be MSA, but it's not smoking like MSA.
Yeah, I'm not getting MSA off of it at all.
I think it's barrel aged, whatever it is. I could be completely wrong. I think it's a Perdomo.
All right.
But that's just wild shot. I think it possibly could be, if I had to guess another one and cheat, I would say it might be like Mildia Maduro. But that's just like a life raft throw out there. It could be that, but I'm gonna go with maybe a Perdomo and an Epicure size. I forget which one it is. Might be like the 10th anniversary Maduro or the BBA Maduro. I think we only carry that in a bigger size, but
I'm gonna say I think it's a Tatuaje. That's just my shot in the dark, which we're probably both miserably wrong. So, last question. Every time I order from LACC, I always get a card, a handwritten card. I get stickers, and my package is always packed with care. What about taking care of the cigars makes me feel more like I'm involved in the cigar culture and the cigar community? Why do y'all take that extra step whenever packaging my order? Because it makes me feel like I have a relationship with y'all, even though I'm not there.
well, before the answer to that question is answered, I will say that y'all have gone crazy the past couple of weeks. We've been up to our ears packaging packages, and thank you for that. So I will say some packages we ran out of note cards.
Yeah, we did run out. We actually ran out of boxes.
Yeah, we ran out of boxes at one point, and we ran out of note cards. So that was like a scramble. So if some of you didn't get cards at all, I apologize. And if some of you got cards on a Post-it note, I also apologize, but
We
it's
have,
the best
we have
could
cards
do.
coming. We have cards
It's the
coming.
best we could do. But no, I mean, I think that for me, like writing handwritten notes is something that from the beginning, you know, because like some companies, I've gotten packages in the past where it's like just like a printed message,
Yeah.
you know, with like a printed signature, and you're just kind of like, okay, that's nice, but
You don't feel connected to them.
I honestly, like, the whole reason it's called LA Cigar Collective is that we listen to customers and like suggestions and what they want, and we want people to feel a part of this, right? So that's what makes it a collective. It's like a collective of customers, patrons, and us, the people that put it together. So we do want you to feel like part of this community, even if you're receiving a package in the mail. So yeah, we do our best to make that happen.
And we even feel like we have relationships with these people who we've never met.
Sure.
Because
yeah.
we have people that order from us regularly. And like people in the Discord and stuff, like we feel like they're part of the LACC family.
Yeah.
Because we talk to them regularly, and like we always say, just join the Discord and become part of it. And we always hang out, and we feel like you're connected with us, and we're all in this together, because we get pumped seeing what you order. Whenever this different people order stuff, or I know what they normally order, and I see them branching out, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they think about this whenever they tag us on like Instagram or Facebook,
Yeah. Absolutely.
or post what they're smoking in Discord. I'm immediately like, oh, what did you think about it?
Yeah, I've had guys call in from seeing the YouTube stuff, or if they have a question, and you know, wind up talking on the phone with them for 20-30 minutes. Even if they don't place the order, it's still worth that conversation. Of like talking freely over the phone about cigars or whatever it is, and giving them my opinion, and I'm getting theirs, and getting that feedback from them. That helps us out so much, and moving forward, and like what we curate and put together in the Humidor.
It's also cool whenever someone who's ordered online for a year comes to the lounge for the first time from out of state whenever they're in town visiting.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that, because then you get to sit down and actually smoke with them, talk to them. Sometimes if we're not overran.
Yeah, and you know, I always feel bad whenever someone does visit and I'm like running around like a chicken with my head cut off in here. But yeah, that's always like super cool when visitors come and introduce themselves and finally put a face to the name, you know? Especially like from Discord.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey man, it's Lonely Dad 63 or whatever, you know, whatever their Discord name is. It's like
Lonely Dad 63, shout out.
Yeah, it's like it's always like a funny moment. So yeah, it's always really cool.
Well, we appreciate the questions. If y'all got more questions for the next time we do this, drop them below. Hope y'all enjoyed watching it. Like we always say, like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord. The link's in there. Join the Facebook group, because it's a lot of fun. That's where we always drop what's new before What's New Wednesday and all that good stuff.
Yeah, Discord. The Discord's really, really cool, because we do like pre-orders and reservations on like hard to get stuff there. You know, if we know like a limited's coming in, kind of give them first dibs on like, hey, do you want me to reserve you a box of this cigar coming in? So it's a good way to like ensure that you do get some of these like limited releases. And it's just like fun community. We talk openly and freely about whatever. If you get a cigar from us that you dislike, people post about it on the Discord and talk about it, you know? So it's a cool thing. And it's more that, you know, collective community that we're trying to build. So
all right, well, we appreciate y'all, and they're beating down the door already. So until next time, put some smoke in the air.
let's get it. On God.
For real, for real. Peace.